What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the first week of 2023 and how it went for my new language schedule. So let's get into it. So I first want to bring up my little planner I have. And it's not like a typical planner, it's just like a notebook, but I use it as a planner. You'll see what I mean in a second, but I wanted to start off with saying that I do use planners for my language schedule. I think that is most effective for me, like planning out the day or planning out the week. Although I don't do planning out the week anymore that much. I do mainly daily study plans. So like the night before or the day of, like if I get up really early, I'll make a study plan for the day and then I'll just complete it. Oh no, it's ripping. Okay. But here, let me go ahead and show you. Okay, so before I get into my first week, I do want to mention that I did have a pre-week, like where I basically ran through my study plan and my new study schedule. I ran through my new study schedule a week prior to 2023, so I could like snuff out any inconsistencies or problems that that might come up. So this is the last week of 2022 that I did this, and I think I did another one as well. This one as well, and no, this is a new one. Okay, so it was just these two that I did schedules for. You can see this one's very detailed and planned out. I just wanted to, so let's start. So starting over here, this is where I kept all like the timestamps and everything. Timestamps for each language: Korean, Creole, Japanese, and then German. I kept timestamps for when I started and finished language studies, not language studies, app studies. And then I did the same thing for book studies as well. So each language has two different sets of timestamps. So I did this only so I could see roughly how much time it would take me to complete both app studies and book studies. So that's why I made it for this. And then over here is the actual study plan. So there's a lot to go through on this. Let's see, how do I want to do this? So this is how I'm gonna do it. So this was for Korean, this was for Creole, German, and Japanese. I didn't do it in order like this: first, second, third, fourth. I did it in random order. I don't go in order the way I write them all the time. I start off with doing the easiest language first. So I got German out of the way. That took around 5 hours. Easiest language, but takes the longest time. And then I did Japanese after that. Took around 3 hours. Did Creole, took about 1 hour, and then ended the night with Korean. As you can see, it was late at night at that point, so I couldn't get to that one. And you'll see a reoccurring theme within my first week of learning Korean. So my first week of my new language schedule. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Korean took around 2 hours. So for the most part, I actually did really good. There was just this one goal that I couldn't get done because it got super late at night. So I couldn't get to this last one, which I knew would have taken a long time. So there's not much to say about this. Everything is pretty self-explanatory. I did app studies for each one, and it took for, let's see, which one? So Korean is right here for app studies. Book studies is up here. Creole, app studies right here. Book studies right here. Same thing if you're looking at Japanese and German. So yeah, there's not much I can say on this. I just wanted to show you guys that I was actually doing a pre-week before so I could, see if it was going to be possible to do my new schedule. And if it was, which it is, long story short, it is, but I was also trying to just make sure that there wasn't anything that would that wasn't too inefficient. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was just trying to see how well it would work out, if it worked out. And then that's when we come to this one. So when I did this one, I got up early, even though I started at 11:49. I don't know if you can see that right here. I started at 11:49, but I got up early to make this entire study plan. So that's how I was able to do that. When it came to this one was much less prepared. I wasn't as prepared as I was on the previous study plan, so that's why this one didn't have that many, you could see a lot of inconsistencies with the app studies. Book studies weren't that good either. It was a wreck that day. But yeah, so let's get into the first week. So the first week of my new language schedule, overall, it was really good. I'm really proud of all the work that I got done. I'm really happy with the amount of time I've been spending on each language. And just overall, I just want to say that this new language schedule, I thought about it really well. And I tried to think about the ways that I was doing things in the past and like see what was working and see what wasn't. And I'm really happy with the results of how this language schedule came out. So for those who don't know, let me tell you what my language schedule is. So on Mondays, I'm going to be studying Korean, Creole, Japanese, and German. That is Monday through Friday. So out of those 4 languages, the main ones, my 80%ers, I'll get into that as well. My 80%ers are Korean and Creole. However, I've noticed that I've really been enjoying Korean and Japanese, those 2 combinations. So, who knows, I might switch it. And then the 20%ers of those will be German and supposed to be Japanese, but as I just said. So that's for Monday through Friday. And on Saturday, I study Portuguese, Swahili, Mandarin, and Finnish. Those are my Saturday languages, my secondary languages that I'm studying. So I'm studying 8 languages. But I am doing some dabbling languages, and those are actually, for my dabble languages, it's French, Norwegian, and Greek. Those are on Sunday. So those are my Sunday languages, and since they are only dabbling languages that I'm dabbling in, my entire day isn't a study day, so that's very good because it gives me time to do other things, focus on other things, and it gives me time to make videos. So Sundays are also going to be reserved for my YouTube videos, so stay on the lookout. I'm thinking if I should do every Sunday or every other Sunday. I don't know. I have content. I made some video ideas that are on my phone, and it's like 2 months worth of video content even if I do it every Sunday. So it's at least 2 months. So that's really good. I'm really happy with that. So it worked out really nice. So that is what I enjoy the most about my language schedule. Those are the pros of my those are the pros of my new language schedule. Setting specific days for my languages. And if you noticed in my schedule, I don't have a language that I'm studying every single day. I think that is the biggest pro for this new schedule is I'm not giving, even if I want to, I'm not giving a single language or multiple languages my attention every single day. I'm only doing for a set amount of days. And I kind of like to do it like that. I kind of like to break it up into 80% and 20%. My 80%, it gets really specific and detailed. So Monday through Friday languages, those are my 80%ers out of the 8 languages that I'm learning. And the 20% is on Saturday. And then if you look specifically at the Monday through Friday languages, my 80%ers of those 4 languages are 2 languages. And the same thing with my Saturday languages. I have 80%ers and 20%ers. So I think that's what really helps me the most, is knowing which languages I want to focus on in terms of all of my languages, and which languages I want to focus on within my focus languages and my secondary languages. I think that's really helpful for me. Being specific like that and having a focus like that, I think that's what's helped me the most and what really stands out in this study plan. So yeah. So some major cons that I'm trying to think if there's any major cons. I noticed a reoccurring theme within my new study schedule that must be fixed. And I'm glad that I noticed it and I caught it and realized it on the first week. Time management for Korean. So Korean is my main language. It's my highest level language outside of Spanish. And I really wanted to focus on it this year and really level it up, really reach a new level with it. And I noticed this first week that with Korean, I wasn't giving it as much attention as I should have, and that I planned, which is, it's no problem, but then it is a problem. It's no problem to me because that's great. I'm giving attention to languages I'm excited about, Creole, German, and Japanese. I'm making progress in those, and I made progress. I see it this first week, but it's like I wasn't getting through all of my goals for Korean for this first week. So it started on the very first day. Didn't complete just one goal. It was that one goal that turned into another one goal that turned into 1.5 goal that wasn't completed. Oh yeah, here's some more. I didn't show you guys these, but yeah. I'll show you these in a little bit. But yeah, it turned into 2 goals that weren't completed, 3 goals that weren't completed. And then this one, I didn't X out mark, so hold on. 1, 2, 3 goals that weren't completed. So yeah, I just noticed that. And this was the last day of Monday through Friday. So this was all week for Korean, and every single day I had a goal that I didn't get to or couldn't complete. Even if I just did it halfway through. So I noticed that, and I didn't really appreciate that because I planned to this year, give it my everyday attention. So that, it did disappoint me in myself. Like, wow, it's good that sorry about that. So it is a good thing. It is a good thing that I did focus on my other languages and give them the time and attention that they needed. But it's also like, because I didn't give Korean that same attention and time. Mostly because it would get super late at night and I take my sleep medicine by then, and I just be like ready to. So that's one thing that I would say is a major con. And I think that's about it. Looking at the schedule, I think that's the only con that I can list right now, is that not getting through all of my Korean goals. And yeah, that's all I'm seeing for the cons, honestly. That's all. There's not really much. I guess seeing it from my point of view, this is all I see. Maybe if maybe you guys see something that I'm not seeing, but yeah, that's the only con I'm seeing. That's the only con that I'm seeing, is starting with my other languages and then doing that and not making it through my Korean goals because the time will get late at night. So maybe starting off with Korean, maybe I need to do that. But I didn't do that because I kind of liked to end my night with Korean. That was a perfect way because Korean is my highest level language and I don't have to put so much effort into it as the other languages that are still new for me, still beginner for me, I should say. They're not new. I've been with these languages for 4+ years, so they're not new, but they still are in the A level, I should say. So yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Now, getting into this topic, I want to talk about what I'm focusing on for each language. So I'm hoping to get through this really quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I don't want this video to be so long. But for Korean, this year I've decided, if you haven't seen in my Steadygram post, if you haven't seen in my Steadygram post, I made 2020 language goals for each of my languages. But I'm going to state it here. So for Korean, I want to focus on writing more, to improve my writing skills. I also want to improve my listening skills, and I want to prepare for the TOPIK exam.
I do plan to take the TOPIK exam. I was thinking April, but just looking at this first week, I can already see this is not going to go the way I wanted if I don't fix it, even if I fix it. So I'm thinking either taking it in April or in July. I think there's one in July, if not the one in October. I know there's one in October. So either the one in April, if there's one in July, maybe that one, or in October.
So towards the end of the year, basically, those are the main 3 things I want to focus on: listening, writing, and TOPIK prep. For Korean, for Japanese, I want to focus on vocabulary because I struggle with remembering Japanese vocabulary. But I have noticed for Japanese, I have noticed that my retention in vocabulary has improved because of my consistency with it. So, duh. So that's really nice to see. But yeah, vocabulary, listening practice, I feel like it's easier for me with listening in Japanese than it is Korean for some reason. I don't know why that is. If you have that, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so focusing on vocabulary, listening, and reading. I really love reading in Japanese. I have some mangas behind me if you can't see it.
Some of them are in English, and the ones down here at the bottom, they're in Japanese, so I do plan to do those. I'm reading Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now in Japanese, so I'm reading it slowly. I'm a slow reader. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, reading. I really love to read in Japanese. And I also have this book right here by Tuttle. I have this book right here that I'm also slowly reading in Japanese because, like I said, vocabulary is my problem, but I'm trying to fix it, but I'm taking it slow. So I'm reading this, going over the vocabulary that they have. Here, there's another page as well. Going over the vocabulary that they have and stuff like that. So I'm taking my time with it, really making sure that I understand before I move on to the next parts.
Let me plug up my iPad because it is about to die. Okay, so those are the 3 things for Japanese. Listening, reading, and vocabulary. I am learning grammar at this time. And I don't want to say it's not a focus because it is a focus as a beginner. I am focusing on it, but my focus is more on vocabulary than grammar, even though I'm still focused on grammar as well. So, my focuses for Creole: writing, listening. Listening in Creole is pretty hard for me. 1, because they talk very fast, and 2, the words can be so what's the word? Not conjugated, but maybe that's the word. Conjugated, but also compressed. There it is. They can be so compressed where you have to listen really hard and think. Yeah, that's basically it. So listening, writing is my main focus right now, and also vocabulary.
I'm really glad I got this dictionary, because as I'm going through my Creole and my modern Creole workbook and textbook, I'm seeing words I don't know, and I look in And then there they are.
So yeah, that's my focuses for Creole. And then lastly, for German, my focuses are grammar. It has to be grammar. Vocabulary, because that's just like, I feel like it's a package deal, vocabulary and grammar. And reading, and so grammar, vocabulary, reading, and let's see, maybe, but I feel like, yeah, I wouldn't say listening. I think reading mainly out of everything. Maybe speaking. When I do speaking, people say I sound pretty good, so that's encouraging, and it makes me feel like I can not like shun it to where I don't speak as well anymore, but like it's not as big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think reading is the main one that needs my focus and attention. So yeah, that's that for German. Moving on. Really quick, I want to say that I didn't create study plans, daily study plans for my secondary languages, because my focus isn't on books. It's on apps and immersion. So that's why I don't write any study plans for those languages, because my focus is on apps, vocabulary, and immersion. So I can find all of that on my iPad, on my phone, on my computer. I can find it. So yeah, that's why I don't write any study plans. Let me show you that, by the way. So this is my study plan. I didn't get to show you this one. Here it is right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. See, got really specific. This was one of the best days as well, even though I didn't get through three Korean goals and 1 Japanese goal. It was still a pretty good day. It was still a really good day, I should say. And then let's go back over to this one. And then this one, closer view of this one. Sorry the camera is shaky. I'm holding it with my hand. I'm kind of souped up on coffee right now too, so. And yeah, that was the study plans. So that's what the first week looked like for my main languages and my secondary languages. Now for my dabbling languages, how did it go for those? So I want to say it went okay. It went okay. There was nothing too serious. I mean, they're just dabble languages. I even have 80%ers and 20%ers for my dabble languages. So my 80%er is French, and my 20%ers are Norwegian and Greek. So since French is my 80%er, I'm using one of these empty notebooks I have. I love these notebooks. But here I am. This was the first day, the first Sunday that I did my dabble language. That's what I had. And then this is today. I'm not done yet, so that's why this YouTube one is empty, but this is what I did so far for today. After I record, edit, and upload this video, I will be getting back to my studies because I've only gone through French so far. But that's the only reason I'm writing things down, is because French is my 80%ers.
And speaking of how long I'm going to be dabbling in them, I'm thinking of pushing it just to 1 month, because I can already see, I don't want to speak too soon, but I can already see which language or languages that I want to actually get into learning, and which one or ones I want to, put on the shelf right now. We'll go back to, but put on the shelf right now. But I don't want to speak too soon, so I'm just going to say, I don't know if I'm going to keep it for the first quarter I'm doing this. I think I'm going to shorten it to either 1 month or 2 months, maybe 1.5 months.
But yeah, so French, that's the only reason I'm writing French down, because it's my 80%er. And then the other two are not 80%ers, they're 20%ers, so I'm not writing anything down. I'm strictly just doing the app studies, learning the vocabulary, and getting the immersion in. Yeah, so YouTube as well. YouTube is like the best place for immersion. Don't change my mind. So yeah, that's what I got going for the secondary language, not secondary languages, the languages I'm dabbling in. Whew, I've talked so much. All right, I actually think that's the end of this video. I don't think I have anything more to talk about. If you guys have any questions, you can comment them and I will answer them. The first week went really good. Major pro is that I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing progress, and my schedule fits into this new language schedule fits into my daily life. The major con I'm seeing is Korean, more focus on Korean, starting with Korean in my goals and not starting the day with another language. It may be fun to end my day with Korean, and I may want that, but I think for what's best for me and my goals, I should start with Korean. Yeah, so that's the major con. Major pro for my secondary languages, I think, would be that I'm retaining the information that I learned in the past before this schedule. So that's good to know that I'm not like regressing, that I'm maintaining my skills thus far in those secondary languages. So the major pro for my dabble languages, I think, would be that I'm really enjoying them. I'm really enjoying and taking them slow, and the immersion has been really good. I'd say the major con is that I can't jump into them like I want to. Like, I have to restrain myself from going any deeper. I have to keep it very light and fun for right now. Well, at least I want to. And then I didn't say, but my major con for my secondary languages, I think, would be just that I'm only doing one day out of the week. I wish I could do them 2 days out of the week, but I really like the way that my schedule is going and how it's fit into my daily life. So I think keeping it at the one day is what's best for me right now. So yes, that's the end of the video. That's how my first week went. That's everything that I was doing. Yeah, I shared a lot on my stories on my Studygram about how my week was going. So if you follow me there, you probably already seen like how it was going for me and what I was doing. But if you're finding me here on YouTube, check out my Studygram. I share a lot a lot more there. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I think the first week went really well. I do see progress in all of my languages. I see the improvement in the maintenance that I've kept from over the past 4 years. And I think this is going to work for me. I don't really know what else to say. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you're not subscribed, please do so, although that's up to you. And I'll see you in my next video on Sunday.